Cybernation Uncensored.
Kind of.
We'll be back.
We'll be back live sometime. We're here. We're around, you know.
I mean,
but
you know,
we're here.
We'll be here.
We're back. Hello.
All right, I think we're on.
We've made it.
We made it. We survived. I don't know what happened between the last checks notes calendar month. What was it? It's been a couple months, right?
Since May.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much. There's a lot of that happening.
Well,
I mean, when was the last lunar eclipse?
Early May.
oh yeah.
Oh, God.
yeah.
So yeah, it's
was
been
a
2
while.
months.
To say we've been busy is not real, but we've been busy. Things have happened, you know, real life has happened, and of course real life always takes precedence over games, especially in volunteer games where we ask our players to join our Discord and submit their applications for our casting calls. So if you're ever looking for a game to play on Cybernation Uncensored, keep your eyes peeled. Casting calls go out every so often. I know we have there's some stuff in the works. I can't talk about it too much, but there's some stuff in the works, so keep your eyes open. Should be fun. And Petra, I am so sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask our audience to not redeem any points for this one because there won't be a lot of gameplay. In fact, there's actually not a lot of gameplay. This is a season wrap-up, a 24/7 cafe session, if you will. Rob is really famous for doing 24/7 cafe sessions. After the season of the episode or the season of the team goes off, he'll get out the team together and then he'll talk about the game, mechanics that happened, or things that happened because of the mechanics, or things that happened because, you know, players threw in some negatives and positives. So unfortunately, Petra, I'm gonna see if I can't get over with old Nigel and have him take care of that -2 for you, because I know things are going pretty wild, right, over in Vampire the Masquerade. That's
and they're gonna get more wild next session.
Dude, I would love to play some Vampire the Masquerade right now.
That session was crazy.
I've never played it, and I really want to.
This is my first time.
Really? What do you think?
This is my first time as a player. It's fun.
It's fun. Well,
So also, much fun. I did realize our last session was actually on my birthday.
The last Vampire
It was May
Masquerade.
13th. Yeah.
Nice.
Wild. I know.
Well, happy belated birthday. But before
Happy
I get
birthday.
too carried away, gotta introduce everybody. So let's start off left to right on the overlay. We got Flip. You're up first.
Hello. I was the voice actor for
I mean, kind of, right?
Voice. I guess, yeah. Rugged Metal Forge was the character I was playing in this gameplay. Dwarfling, the little thing that lived most of his life with 1 HP. I don't know how he survived. I do not know.
And he
It's
almost
possible.
died from breathing if you didn't reroll that.
Almost.
Oh man.
But
Alright.
it was very much fun, and it was a blast playing the character in this season, so it's fantastic if we get to play this again in the next season.
Excellent. And then where can we find you, Flip?
You can find me on BSky and X, formerly known as Twitter, on BSky as voiceofphilip.com, as well as X flipping_Philip, as well as my VTuber Flip1012 on Twitch.
Excellent. Up next, George Lee.
Hi, I'm George Lee. I was the voice actor, body actor, and spiritual actor of Heather G. And she, thank you. That was super fun to play. I'm usually not a martial class at all. I usually play like straight mage all the way. So this was really fun to play like a muscle babe, and just absolutely wreak havoc on enemies. Yeah, you can find me at George Lee with 2 Y's on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, and then here on Sundays at 5 PM PST for Vampire the Masquerade.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, up next we've got Shig.
I'm Shig. I wasn't just the voice actor. I was the embodiment, the chaos that was Grandma Vel. But she tragically got impaled by a giant vulture. And briefly, very briefly, I was Bruce. I made a shark hat and everything for Bruce.
Show the shark hat. Show the shark hat.
Unleash the shark.
Because I never got around to making a new one.
For our lovely podcast listeners, you're just gonna have to check out the VOD.
How bad it is.
It's really good.
And yeah.
I like how the eyes are just.
Well, when I was gluing them on, I swear they were even. I don't know what I was looking at there.
They're even, you know, if you tilt your hat a certain degree and jump on one foot.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but then no. Just looks so stupid. Okay. Anyways, you can find me on Instagram at Manascona or on Discord at shig._. And also here on Sundays, whatever time it is, I don't know time zones. It's 7 p.m. for me for VTM. Yeah.
Vampire the Masquerade. That's another plug, shameless plug to our own channel. So everybody, if you haven't checked out Vampire the Masquerade, it's run by Nigel, a very talented GM that we have here in Cybernation Uncensored. If you ever want to catch a game with him, just, you know, hopefully there's a casting call open and you can join it. He's a really good GM and a really cool person. You should.
Great GM.
Basil Boss.
Saving the worst for the last. No, I am the Gestalt consciousness from whence Dave Murderface M Murderface spawned and has since been reabsorbed into. It's been so much fun playing Dave. I genuinely love that I've gotten to breathe life into effectively everyone's like nostalgic 80s like metalhead dude. And you know, I'm at a loss for words, man. It's playing Dave was a wonderful experience. I loved every second of it, except for the part where, you know, he lost the riff off and, you know, got his band merch snatched, because that's fucking bogus, man. Justice for Dave, am I right?
Absolutely. That was a total man, I don't know. I just, as a GM,
it was a total bummer.
It was.
Yeah, it was total bummer, dude.
Total bummer.
And again, podcast listeners, if you can't see what's going on screen, you know, I'm sorry for y'all, but you gotta watch the VOD. We got our player Shig wearing a bummer shirt just for Dave.
With a very accurate, detailed, realistic shark hat.
Very accurate, very detailed, teeth and everything like that.
I swear, like, if I swear for a brief second I thought Shig's head was replaced by an actual shark.
And I'm in the ocean too, so like,
yeah, like Shig's filming on location, man. Like, holy shit.
You know, I was incredibly astounded. I thought that the hat was actually CGI. That was so realistic. Honestly.
I'm just a really big method actor. Okay. I gotta.
Amazing. So today's kind of or what do we call it? Stream is kind of a wrap up, right? But before, oh my god, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Noland Norf. Oh my god, how can the GM forget to introduce himself? Guys, you can find me here in Cybernation Uncensored. I have been running Neon Lords for like the last, how many sessions now? 5-6 sessions. It's been a blast running this game system based on old school D&D. It's quite a callback to an old style gameplay system that just isn't around too much more anymore. And I personally like it mainly because it's just like, I don't know, it's like you take all the crazy zany like spin-offs and one-offs and merchandising deals that happened in the 80s and the 90s, and then you like mash it into a game system that doesn't take itself too seriously but also takes itself very seriously, and then you have a lot of fun, especially when you have a really good cast of players and really good people who read the system, and not to mention good chat, because chat is also really a big part of this one, especially in a game that breaks the fourth wall. It's amazing. But besides that, you can find me on Discord here at Noland North. You can find me on Instagram at Noland_North, and I'm no longer on Twitter, but if you find me there, that's not me, so keep that in mind. What else is it? Where else am I at? That's pretty much it, just for now, since we're wrapping up. But besides that, chat, if you guys have any questions for the players as to who they played, why they decided to play that, or if you have any questions about the game and game rule system, just throw your questions in and I'll try to answer them. And Petra, unfortunately, you are you're a chat member this time. You are not an actual player. So I need you to do your best and be a really good audience member this time, because you've been lacking the last few times. Calling you out, man. Or her.
Oh, no.
Calling you out.
I mean,
We're calling you out.
yeah, especially in Blade Runner.
Oh my god, you guys in Blade Runner.
I was just telling Petra that I could have had at least 10,000 coins if I didn't use it all for those -2s.
That's funny. You should have absolutely saved them, because then you could do like negative plot twists are insane.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to hear one in Rob's games, they're like icing on the cake. They're amazing. But questions, comments, concerns, let us know. But for now, players, what was your favorite moment in Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland, Remnants of Neon, this little adventure module that I was kind of writing and kind of noodling along at the same time as you guys were my guinea pigs?
Well, I guess we'll start the order that we are in there. I will say that my personal favorite scene, my personal favorite events in general, because it's not just one event, it happened several sessions, was when we were pretending that I was David's conscience.
That was amazing. That was hilarious. I love how long you guys kept that up, and like everybody understood the assignment. It's one that was the case, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was just the fact that everyone just put in like it was only just the three of us. What do you mean? It's only ever been three of us.
That was as the person being gaslit, that was so much fun.
Also,
I will
Dave,
say though.
I'm so sorry, but Dave played that so well. I mean, like Basil Boss, like dude, props. Like you let your you let your PC not know so well, and it was really, really believable. I really enjoyed that.
I think that this was my first time playing like a truly legitimately dumb character. And so, because normally I try to play like more mentally focused or more analytical characters. And so playing Dave, it was just like, is he actually going to think about this? No, he's not. He's not going to think about a goddamn thing.
Rupert was definitely the only one with a very...
Hey, he had one
It just
HP.
comes naturally.
Rhubarb was really great.
I need you to use my real name.
Yeah, my favorite time was when Shig had a stroke and also Ratguard. No, I think Ratguard is number one.
Ratguard, Mapguard.
I love Ratguard so much.
How did Ratguard come about again? I can't remember the exact
the
details.
high-pitched voice.
Oh, that's right.
Sounded
Yes.
like a rat.
It was the distortioned. It was a distortioned hallway, and it was through the vents. It reverberated, and it was really high pitched.
Yeah,
and it was just Rat with a megaphone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dave
it
thought
was-
that
it
it was
was-
a rat with a megaphone
Dave
in a door
didn't
factory.
Dave didn't think it was a rat with a megaphone. Dave
He knew.
in his heart of hearts that it was a rat with a megaphone.
Oh yeah. That was
Oh my god.
Diesel Boss, like honestly, you have my like pride and joy and like all my solicitations for that, because playing a dumb character is so hard and challenging to not be like, oh, it's you do this because it's simple logic, rather than my character doesn't know what logic is.
See, the thought process. Oh, sorry. If I'm ever talking about Dave too much, let me know, and I shall.
I don't think we've seen
Hey,
enough
silent.
Dave.
No, yeah, Dave.
Yeah,
Well,
we
like,
haven't seen enough Dave.
he lived, he came. I'm sorry, he came, he lived again, and he's still living some more because his blood is now made of cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not
and
his
he's-
dad.
He's on a quest to find Waffle House.
Yes.
That's the perfect ending for Dave. He's on the quest to Waffle House with some random ass dudes that he just met. It was just like, yeah, dude, let's go to Waffle House. See, I think what I found worked best for Dave was just the first thing that came to my head. Just the stupidest ideas that just popped up in my mind. I was like, okay, we're going with that.
You're like, let's just turn off the filter and run with it, and that was amazing. Like legitimately
Yeah.
amazing. And then
It's literally just shutting off a switch in your brain, being like, nope, you're not allowed to think. Just go.
It's handing the reins over to like that deep primal, just like, oh, this is a thing, and it works.
And Shig, what was your favorite part?
God, I really love just being the absolute chaotic grandma. Like, I don't know where I got that character idea from. I don't remember.
I do recall when you messaged me about it, you're like, I have an idea for a whacked out granny wizard character. I was like, run with it. It was just, it was so zany. This game is all about like, throw your wildest ideas out and they will fly, because it's like a Saturday morning cartoon. You know, you get to play with all your toys, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful, wonderful idea.
And one of my favorite moments was the wheel with all that loot in there. Because I just wanted to spin the wheel. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't think twice about it. I see a wheel, I'm spinning that fucker. And then I just got everyone a huge amount of fucking treasure. So you're welcome.
You did. You got everybody rich and a few levels up. Man,
And I never
what a
got
happy
higher.
accident.
If I remember correctly, you were trying to hide it so that you and Heather.
I don't remember that. I just
No, I don't
I was the
recall.
hero in this story. Okay,
Yeah, no, we
I brought a great wealth to the party, and then I died, so I couldn't even use it. I had a hitman to hire. I had good shit to buy. Nothing else on my list.
It's
My-
okay, because Heather for sure killed your family for you. So don't you worry. Heather would.
There's a whole message you had to relay and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, who needs a hitman when you have Heather G and her big fucking knife?
I mean, there you go. Yeah. I mean,
True.
Exactly.
And now Bruce will live on, maybe, with his quest for hamburgers.
in the future, we need to have Bruce back into the game.
Perhaps Bruce and Dave meet again at the Waffle House.
Fish are friends, not food.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are totally up for continuing on their story. 100%. If you guys just want to make them NPCs that we bring back, 100% still all good
I mean-
in the future.
I started a new art style, and I just made Bruce. I can't just leave him behind after that.
As much as I don't want to leave Dave behind, I did come up with an awesome character idea.
Daniel.
And I'm
Dave's
Dave's
No.
second cousin removed.
No. So the character, his name is just Brian from it.
Brian.
That's the whole character.
Brian from it.
Wait, is that the
That's all you got.
Please tell me you have more.
No, I have more. If
I was
I may
waiting
explain
for the more.
the idea behind Brian from it,
Please do explain.
because it seems like the Wasteland is ruled almost entirely by the type of insanity that only Dave Murderface M, which stands for Murderface, can like comprehend. So naturally, if you get somebody who's been cryogenically frozen from like before the Neon Wars, and then uncovered, thawed out, and he has a name tag that just says Brian from IT. Brian from it.
Wonderful. Like 2 thumbs up. That needs to be a character.
Okay.
I approve.
Oh
Would it
my
be a
God.
skull jammer?
Yep, he'd be a skull jammer. Not a conventional skull jammer though, because he's an IT guy.
Oh my God.
Would he? So, what would be the overall personality of Brian from it? Would it be like what's his name from the newer Pokemon series that was 9 to 5 jobbing it with like a tie and a suit, and he just so happened to be a gym leader?
No, think more like Luke Wilson's character from Idiocracy.
Oh, okay.
So somebody who, lived in a world very much like ours, who had a very, mind-numbing IT job, was cryogenically frozen because corporate bigwigs were like, this dude's boring as fuck, and he's an
He's
IT
a
guy, so
normal
we'll always
guy.
have need for him. So they cram him in a cryotube. Neon Wars happen. Shit's fucked. Somebody comes along, perhaps Dave, opens up the cryotube, thaws out Brian, and Brian's just like, what the hell?
Brian and Bruce dynamic right there. That would go hard.
You know-
So hard.
Honestly,
would be fucking hilarious.
as I'm thinking about it, it might be a really good potential to bring that in as a alternative class to the Skull Jammer. Kind of keep it in line with the Skull Jammer, but the tech that they know is I don't know. There's something to it. They might not be able to use all the cyber decks that are out there, but they can use the cyber decks that they came with, as if it was an extension of their own body, much more than the Skull Jammers can. Maybe leveling up is more understanding the deeper workings of your own cyber deck. But that's probably a topic for another video.
And I mean also the potential of a version of the Skull Jammer that is intimately familiar with pre-Neon War tech.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. So hey, look, we Brian, if you're listening to this, give us a shout out, man. We will totally come up with a new class for you and showcase it here. But anyways, my favorite part of Neon Lord's Toxic Wasteland in running this for you guys was oh gosh, there's so many good just if I had to really narrow it down to one really good part of the entire series, it is probably going to be the moment when everybody kind of looks at Dave as he realizes that his blood is now cheese, and the fact that he can use his blood to trade for things, it's just all these little solutions and solutions to problems that don't exist yet have been solved.
Or it was slow turn to Dave when we realized we can sell him to the rat people.
Yeah, so that
Yes.
just led to so many moments.
Immediately grab the arm. cutting the arm and being like, here's G.
Yeah. So like,
We
there's
have an unlimited form of G.
it's just those moment that moment is probably my favorite moment that just like solidified the zaniness of this game. What was your the moment, not necessarily the moment you hated the most, but the moment that was like, this game is dumb?
Vel's death. Those 3 hit points. Yeah, that was dumb.
I think that's a main problem of the edition 0 of D&D though.
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%. No death saves. You're dead. 0 means death. I mean, there are some alternative mechanics in the book that are there, but like, I don't know. I'm of a mindset of like, player character death means more when it's not fickle, but when it's like, when you only got one shot. And so like, the fact that every player played their one character really, really well, and props to
it was fitting.
It was fitting, and props to Flip for playing Rugged super well, because I mean, like, 1 HP characters are tough, especially when the system is built against you. And I have, first-hand account experience playing Tick in a game with Rob Mulligan on this channel. If you haven't checked it out, he ran Cyborg for us. And running that 1 HP character, dude, I feel you, Flip. Like, there's like moments where like, you gotta be really tactical and tactful about your actions, because getting yourself into a situation where not only can you kill yourself really quickly, but everybody else just really sucks. Because like, nobody wants to re-roll a character in the middle of a game, right?
I mean, that was gonna be one of my reasons of like the whole like rulings of the game specifically. Like, 1 HP is just like, someone sneezes in your direction, you're just dead. You're not existent anymore.
Bruce like accidentally falls on you and you're dead.
Thank you, like that. And so like, it definitely, this is not the first time I've played a 1 HP character. I used to have a DM that was just like, you roll what you roll, and like that's what it is. And they didn't even offer like, hey, can I at least just re-roll like extra stats or get a bonus and something like that? Nope, your straight rolls all across. I'm like, okay, cool. Which it is what it is, essentially. And so it's been a very, very long time since I played a 1 HP character, but Rugged definitely turned out to be not in the direction that I wanted him to go in, but like, being the player, being the character, I tried to work with the cards I was dealt with, and literally make that into my weakness into a strength, and try to play it off.
Just be smarter.
Essentially, like, especially with like in edition 0 of D&D, where everything is based around logic, where if you're not describing a scene or what you're doing to a letter, it'll backfire on you. It's almost like making a wish with a genie.
100%.
Yeah, and Rupert and Vel were like complete opposites, because like, you were just so careful, like, okay, I have to step on this rock and no other rock or else I die. And Vel will just, I don't even give a shit. Like, I knew she was gonna die from the start. That was my plan. Did I plan a backup character? No. Who does that?
Nobody plans a backup character.
No, especially when you know your character could die. But let's see. Just go out with a bang. That's all I wanted for Vel.
That was very similar to that stuff, because I was willing to be like, okay, well, this is a 1 HP character. It dies, I don't care. But as I was playing the character, it's just, I started getting attached. I'm like, no, I don't want him to die.
Yeah, no, I like, Vel wanted to die, but just wanted to go out in a crazy freaking way, like
very so like Valhalla Nordic, like
yeah. So, like, getting impaled by a mutant vulture in the air and then dropping. What else can you ask for?
Vel didn't just get impaled; she got torn in half.
Yeah, she got torn in half by the birds, like giant vulture jockey size bird.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like Dave had some part to play in Vel's death. Because
You two did,
of the
okay? Because
idea.
I wasn't gonna go over to the vulture, but you two could not figure out what to do. I'm like, I'm tired of waiting around, man.
Dave introduced the idea of vulture jockeys, dude.
Vulture jockey.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the vulture jockey. I just didn't want to, like, you guys are taking too long to make up your mind.
If we got the vulture, I could sit on top of the vulture and aerial attack from the top of a vulture flying around.
That would have been badass.
And how'd that work out in the end?
And all Dave would have done would just be pointing at Ruggard on the vulture, going, "Yo, dude, it's a fucking vulture jockey, man."
You hear the rumble of the floor going in her
but it's fine because now Vel's skull rests with Dave and her middle finger bones with Heather. There you go.
Do you forget her name?
I forget a lot of names, okay?
I know.
In Kane, no, I can't remember shit.
I know.
Also, I hope I'm not bringing up an old topic here, but I think I know I went on the little Brian from it tangent, but I think I might have gotten skipped over for the favorite moments.
Oh, yeah, my bad, my guy.
Like I hope I'm not being rude at all for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Excuse me, your favorite? No.
Bro.
That's
No,
gonna be
dude.
my least favorite.
Listen,
I think
every Dave moment is
sorry.
a favorite moment.
Every Dave moment was really good. I don't like. How can you choose a moment for Dave to be your favorite moment? But I guess Beelzebub, what was your favorite moment?
We'll find out.
I gotta say, I don't have just one favorite moment. I know I'm
spill.
being that guy, but there are two that really stick out to me. Partly because, and this is gonna make me seem like the odd one out. Partly because of just how much of a tone shift they were, and that was when Dave, was thrown into like the mystery flesh pit, and like absolutely fucking traumatized by it. And when Vel died.
That was your favorite moment.
Let me explain.
Gone.
No. My thought process was for both of them, just there's such tonal shifts from the general atmosphere of the campaign, which was, it's a little dark, it's a little dingy, but this is basically like 80s, 90s synthwave Monty Python. And then you get Dave getting thrown into the flesh pit where there's like bodies fused together. It's like he's, been thrown into like the main core of the thing. And he's just like, what? I gotta say, Nolan, you handled that fucking amazingly. Like the way you described it, the way you set up that atmosphere, just made that pit. I don't want to say made it feel real because that's kind of cliche, but really you did. It's like you made it super easy to see oneself in that situation, and that made it all the more horrifying.
Hell yeah, and I think that just comes with that like first establishing that like haha Monty Python synthwave moment that you said, and it like the game like that was my whole intent, is getting it like everything's awesome, everything's amazing, and then oh wait, there's a layer of like uneasiness that you just peel back,
and then you fall down one wrong pit, and it's like, oh great, horror is beyond my comprehension.
Like, you didn't fall down there. We found it and we're like, hey Dave, you want to go down this pit? And you're like, yeah.
A decision he quickly came to regret.
That's when Dave's frontal lobe developed.
That's when Dave realized, oh
neurons found
shit,
each other.
maybe there are powers in this universe beyond Lord Randy and Lord Lemmy.
Those two brain cells finally found it.
And the way you described the pit, like trying to suck Dave in and like almost like attempt to absorb him into itself, was just like, oh, that was holy shit.
Thank you.
And yeah,
no, you keep going.
And then Vel's death. because that was such a heel turn, but it wasn't really in the horror aspect. I mean, it was fucking bloody.
It was sick.
But just the emotional impact it had on the party. Because that was our first real encounter.
Was cheering.
Yeah, but again, it was like, all right, add that to Dave's trauma pile.
Wait.
Where it's like,
was I cheering?
No, but in your head you were, I bet, because you're like, you're wishing for her demise the whole time.
Rupert is a guy that's just like doesn't like death, but at the same time though, he even if like Vel's character and Ruggard's character were like almost like sandpaper, like literally going against each other. Ruggard does not like seeing death at all. Okay, well, even if it's to the greatest enemy.
Him and Vel were very opposite in there.
Literally like a cat to water or a cat and a dog. Almost.
Yeah. Because I mean, that was we spent so much time getting to know each other, know each other's characters, and develop this like really I want to say close-knit party dynamic. And then Vel dies and it's like, oh fuck. I mean, that was our first real encounter with like permadeath.
Yeah, that wasn't it? Yeah, like it's like, oh man, things are real. It's all fun and games, and then someone died.
Yeah, it's like it was literally like one moment, yo, dude, vulture jockey, let's fucking go. The next moment, holy shit!
Hi, I'm Vel, and you're watching Jackass.
We also skipped over Dorja's favorite moment.
Did we really?
No, I said my favorite.
Yeah, she did.
I said my favorite. I said it was it was Rackard.
Rackard.
I was not present. I swear I did not remember anything. I was like trying to think. I'm like, I remember Flip started it off and then it went to me.
You're not present, you're omnipresent. You're everywhere all at once.
Everywhere.
Yours was like good enough for me to remember. So.
No, it wasn't. Clearly, I didn't say anything that made any sort of an impact on you.
No.
I'm also really lucky that like I don't necessarily think I have a least favorite moment because like honestly, Heather G was just killing it the whole fucking time.
Well, I know Heather's least favorite moment was getting shit on.
Oh yeah, actually that was pretty bad. I forgot about that. That was pretty bad.
You're welcome for reminding me.
God,
Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, I was just like, the roles, I just remember so many roles that it's just like, how do I keep rolling this good? This is insane. And just like one-shotting, like
when you three-shotted, like
there was those times where I was just rolling low, like consistently low. I don't know
like
how
your health points.
And then I'm just like
I mean, I'm gonna say this, Flip, I'm gonna say this. That's what you get for robbing the fucking pizza boy.
Oh yeah.
Pause. Hold on for a moment. Time out. You have a character that's like me who's very observant, and then out of nowhere, a pizza guy, a pizza boy, in the middle of a Death Valley that shouldn't be here, intact, just poof into existence, and then walking in, delivering a pizza in the darkest part of a dungeon.
Yeah, normal. Yeah.
And then on top of that, seeing this ethereal creature kind of puppeteering him in the back. God no.
See, that's what separates Ruggard and Dave. Ruggard can make that link. He can go, hey, something's not right here.
Pizza.
Dave doesn't. Dave eats the pizza. He's like, oh fuck yeah, dude.
Pizza.
Fuck yeah, pizza time.
I guess it could be due to the overtly cautious nature of surviving on 1 HP.
Yep.
and just seeing how far this 1 HP character can go.
Whereas I think to start with, Dave had like 12 HP. Like noise thrashers are pretty fucking tanky.
Were you the tank of this group just secretly the whole time?
Dave
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought we were all like very low, and here's Dave like, oh, they don't know my secret power.
Yeah, Dave was like, yeah, he had like 12 HP, and then I think something like 10, 11 AC. Okay,
well, now
Yeah,
Bruce has like 40 HP, so...
Okay, wait. I really want to know, what was everyone's AC when we first started out?
Oh,
Mine was high.
Yeah,
It was really
Heathers
high.
have high AC to start with, and then they get
Yeah.
better with their armor and...
Because I had a starting AC of like 14.
let's see.
15.
10 AC and 3 HP.
Ooh.
What about Bruce? I don't remember what Bruce really has. Okay. Bruce has 15 AC and 30 HP.
Dang.
I rolled
Bruce
really good
could have pulled a
stats.
vulture shot.
Bruce! Also, the leveling up to level 3 really helped.
Yeah.
Did you ask what were the vulture stats?
Oh no, what were the vulture stats?
Let me see if I can't. It may take me.
Oh
I
my
filed
God.
away. No, I filed away the book, my map, because it's a hand-drawn map, and I have the notes on that. But I filed it away so I don't lose it. Because be on the lookout. This module may eventually come to light after a few revisions, and it might be available for Brian to publish on his website as a free adventure module, sponsored by Cybernation Uncensored. So keep your eyes out. I'm not going to disclose all the details of the dungeon, but I will say, you guys missed a lot of the dungeon.
Well, we were gonna go back.
We're gonna go back.
I wanted to go forward. I wanted to go forward. I tried.
We needed to sleep.
Oh, Dave had seen some shit, man.
Oh yeah,
and Dave went through some shit.
I had a runner-up moment for a favorite moment, and that was the moment we were interrogating Mickey specifically.
I forgot it was Mickey. How do you remember that? How do you remember Mickey?
It's because of the fact
it was an intense moment.
We had brought down we found the entire group of like drunken, passed out, freaking like what are the cultists in there, and we killed every single one of them but one, and we ended up heel-hauling him, like interrogating him.
Yeah,
and it was probably one of Ruggard's like most like iconic moments, because he was just like taking control of like the interrogation, things like that. And once he figured out that he had said all the information, just fire in one foot, fire in the other foot, and just to interrogate him to get the information out specifically.
I did shove my staff down his throat.
True that.
And I do remember him like, well, in the wheel, there's a bunch of loot. And then Heather and I was like, side eye.
That was when we learned we were dealing with like a weird incel alpha male cult.
Yeah. What was his name? Greg? I don't know.
Something or other.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I remember Mickey more than I remember the big bad evil guy.
I don't know. I'm gonna call him Greg.
I don't even think the cultist, the cult leader was the big bad evil guy. I know Carl was hyped up pretty much.
Carl.
Yeah, Carl,
yeah.
And my crystal from that one rat person that I thought was a big dog.
I know, I thought it was a dog too.
My bad, that's on me. I totally
I'm
misdescribed
glad
it.
I'm not alone, because I thought it was this huge dog, and that's why.
I thought it was a creature that would have killed me. I was terrified of that creature.
You know,
I
when
don't know what happened.
It's dark as hell down there.
Fucking killed Ratguard.
No, I don't think that was Ratguard, because we said that we said that in the group there was a rat with the megaphone. We didn't meet Ratguard yet. We ended up pissing off the two rats.
Conscious just kept promising Dave that they would meet Ratguard the All-Knowing if they kept moving forward.
We ended up pissing off those two rats because of the fact that they just did not want to listen to us anymore.
They were useless.
Yeah, tell me about it.
We offered them so much cheese and they didn't want it.
No, they
But it's not
didn't.
my cheese.
You
Well,
guys
we're
are gonna
offering
sell
you
Dave into cheese slavery, man.
You can either take our cheese or stop complaining. If you complain, I'm gonna like fuck you up, bitch. Like,
No, I want this cheese. I want my cheese. Fuck you.
The other thing about that too is that
So much
they
cheese.
aggravated Ruggard so much that that Ruggard actually took like a shot at them and just like
in the
shot
foot.
them in the foot. Yeah,
I do recall that. Yeah.
being like, "I warned you once. I'm not gonna warn you again."
Oh man. I think the moment that I disliked the most personally as a GM was Vel's death. Like, there's always
Okay, at
there's,
least it's on the least favorite side.
there's always like a part of me as a GM where I'm like, I have an infinite amount of power in this little universe, and like I can prevent player deaths most of the time, but like there's just some times where like I have given you very little information and no explanation of the danger other than it's a bird and it's like picking at something, but it's huge. Like, you know, it's a bird, right? You can scare off a bird. But so that's like that is totally on me. I didn't like I could have said that there was like blood on their maul or something that just made them look even more intimidating or, you know, sound scarier than they really
I'm
were.
sure that Vel still would have gone over there because from the start, like, I wanted her to die. Like, that was her plan. I didn't know when it was going to happen. That was sudden, but, you know, goal achieved. It went out with a bang.
Yeah. For the both of us, right? Unintentionally, like, I always try to at least kill one of my players in all the campaigns that I run. Like, I don't actively try to do it on purpose, but like there are moments where, like, again, having infinite amount of power, I'm like, I know there are little like numbers on my side that I can fudge, not like rolls, but like mechanical numbers that can be detrimental, and that's all based on using stat books from Old School Essentials. Like I referenced, I can't remember what the book is called. A Monstrous Manual. It's an additional monsters book for D&D, and the original D&D monsters guidebook. So like, there's a lot of little monster types that I referenced, and it was basically like a big striga or sturge. I can't pronounce that word. It's a bird, a blood-sucking bird. It's tiny, but like it kind of took a little inspiration from that and a couple other monsters. I won't reveal all the secrets because they're not part of the veil. But I do recall that it was technically a monster that you would encounter on the 5th level of a dungeon. So it was a little overpowered for what you guys were dealing with. But you know, like some of the other monsters that you guys were fighting were also like level 4 monsters. You guys were just better than them.
It did kind of suck that I was so close to being able to hire a hitman and wait for them to return to hear the news. I was so close. I finally got the money.
But didn't get to spend it. Just like a real grandma, she left a big inheritance.
Yeah.
In your defense, though, Nolan, basically, it is one way to describe, but the less information you give as a DM actually turns out to be the better thing, because
without us asking, like doing a roll for it.
Basically, we were far out from what we saw over there before we met up with the vultures.
Yeah,
and distance and distorts how big they actually are, and on top of that, we would not be able to see the tiny details of what they have on their fur, how they look from like 50 meters away specifically.
Sometimes I forget that we aren't playing Cyberpunk, where like my players in Cyberpunk, they're always like, can I zoom in on it with my teleoptics? I'm like, oh yeah, you have that. That's absolutely, like, there are like details that I give away for free in Cyberpunk that are just happenstance because the players, I know they have the equipment for it, but I guess maybe a part of me realized subconsciously that you guys didn't have the equipment. I don't know. It's been a couple months. Give me a break here, you know? I can't remember all the details.
I think it just proves your experience as a DM specifically. Just being able to play that, being able to show off that you're not too close, so you don't know what they look like. You just know that they look like birds.
And I figured it out for y'all.
That
Y'all
she
know
did.
now.
Belle knew
walked around and found
exactly.
out. And if it turned out not to be Vel, it would have been Dave.
Or
It would have, yeah, probably Rupert.
because I had the idea of tying myself into a rope and then walking up behind it.
Yeah,
But it didn't
we're
happen.
gonna
Yeah.
pull that rope. Because obviously we're faster than the giant ass bird.
Yeah. And see, I think to kind of add on to that, like what Flip was saying about how like that lack of information is a good thing. I mean, at the end of the day, I remember seeing something about, like explaining why people supposedly act stupid in horror movies. Because they don't know they're in a horror movie.
I mean, Dave didn't know he was in a horror movie, right?
Yeah, it's like,
Until the pit.
like we're
Yeah.
playing characters who don't know that they're characters in a role-playing game. And so I feel like not having that information, not knowing, not being able to, just gain all the information and metagame. And I don't mean like that metagame, but just kind of knowing everything around it.
Yeah, but like
I
having
think
meta knowledge.
influences player decisions.
yeah,
So for
it
us,
does.
we had no idea. And as far as we were concerned, like every time we did Monty Python-esque shit, we got rewarded for it.
Mhm.
Like
You guys did.
up until that point, there literally been no negative consequences for Dave's dumbassery.
We were Icarus flying. We were Icarus flying really close to the sun. Essentially, is what it was.
And then somebody really did fly close to the sun and fell to the
Oh yeah.
For that one moment, it was glorious, and then
And then
I mean, hey.
Pete was born.
So
Shig, did you even say what your least favorite moment? Do we?
Oh shit.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
moments
I
like
forgot what-
game
I
just
forgot
like you
the
didn't like.
plot, man.
Chig, Dorsley, what was your least favorite moments?
Getting shit on. Shig reminded me on that, but did we hear yours, Shig?
Those yours are just so forgettable for some reason. I forgot
Hey,
your
it happened.
favorite.
It happened. It
but
happened
forgot
yesterday
your
in
least
game.
favorite.
I think
Remember-
I
that
said
would
my
be-
least favorite.
Did you?
Dave.
Oh, okay. Was it dying?
No,
Did you
I
say
think
your
that was
least favorite?
that was a joke. I don't think I did. Do I have shit? Okay, I wasn't prepared for this question.
Such a big question.
It was on the test. The answer. Come
could've
on.
stu- you should have
There's
studied
so
for it.
many bad moments that they can't choose.
I don't know. I was just a vibe.
Just read the teleprompter.
Not getting enough mutations.
Oh, you wanted more
I
mutations?
needed to collect them all. I got 2.
I don't think you wanted to collect them all.
I did.
No, there's some mutations
I
in
did.
there that are
That was
they're
I wanted
iffy.
that.
Iffy mutations. Just like
Do you
real
think
life, you
Val
don't
gave
want
a
to catch
shit?
them all.
No.
I didn't. Speaking of mutations, I did not expect that like chest thing to happen, especially when we had the key for it. And I especially was like, wait, let me check for traps. And I did check for trap and like literally killed it, and it still opened up and triggered a trap. I'm like, what?
You didn't do a check for another trap.
You didn't check for the
True.
trap in the trap.
Trapped
trapped yourself.
Oh no.
I feel like Dave got really lucky with his mutations. He got nacho cheese blood, which halved incoming physical damage, and then he basically got fucking mega mind.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, you did.
Didn't make him that much smarter, but it's a
What
thought
was-
that counts.
What were the 2 mutations? I got like an eye on my shoulder that I was able to not get surprised.
Mhm.
And then there was one more that I had to re-roll because if I actually breathed, I would have died. Right
Oh,
then
yeah,
there.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
That was great.
What was the other one?
What did you end up getting?
I got the one where you like took damage for wearing anything that was metal, and I had to use luck points to get rid of it because I was I am not getting rid of my mesh armor. There's no way.
Yeah, well, my first one was my transparent skin, which
right.
I don't know. I was like, it's cool, but it doesn't fit the vibe. So I re-rolled, and then I got you're allergic to metal.
Yeah.
And then I got these, like, was it mole rat claws? I could dig a hole. I never got to dig a hole.
That's what it was. The mutation that I got was the one that swapped the brawn and the brain.
Oh, that's, yeah.
So I got weaker, but a little bit smarter.
Let's go!
Yeah! I went to college!
Yeah!
Also, pardon the interruption. It wouldn't be a Neon Lords session if I didn't ask at least once. How am I sounding, everybody?
Everybody sounds great.
You know,
Hell yeah!
this,
God, I put
this
up
is
my
the
hand,
one
and
time.
it's just blinding.
This is the one time that you sound absolutely horrible. I'm sorry, Dave.
Yeah, we're lying.
Man, dude. This whole time, you should have bought a new mic. Why didn't anybody tell you? No, I'm kidding. But God,
For
like
shame,
seriously,
for shame.
I had a lot of fun running the game, and I hope you guys, players, also had a lot of fun playing in this game, and would hopefully recommend it to other people.
Oh yeah.
There are a couple
so much
things that I want to talk about. Like, there is rules in the book of Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland for random encounters, but because of modern day games, like people, like especially here also in Cybernation, where like our players are a big part of the roleplay part of it. Like role playing is a huge section, a huge chunk of our screen time. Like if you're not role playing, you're not really like streaming, I think. And like because of that role play, like I knew that like if I let the dungeon run normally by the book, there wouldn't have been enough encounters to keep pushing you forward. Because there's moments where like in Cyberpunk where players get to this point where like we don't know what to do next, and there's nothing new and fun adventures coming up. But if you always have to be like on your toes, that like every 6 turns or every hour in game something might happen, you're like, you begin to like form this like, okay, we have so much time allotted to roleplay, and then we got to really pay attention at this section, because if we don't, then we might get ambushed. So like there's this natural progression that like is a part of storytelling that I really like about old school D&D that I brought into Neon Lords. I'm glad I made that decision. There's also another thing, torches and light sources. I kept track of all that stuff. I have a time tracker sheet. If anybody wants a copy of that, I can send you a copy. You know, I kept the receipts. But that's also really fun because like time management is a really big part of old school D&D. Managing resources is a big part of D&D. And if you're not managing your resources properly, you like can't spend a lot of time in the dungeon because you're out of resources, and if you're out of resources, you can't adequately fight the monsters that are coming after you. One of the things that I did leave intact though was the mechanic for weapons. Weapons having unlimited ammo. That's it's really fun, and I think that's an identity of the book, and I didn't want to take that away from the book. And then there was another thing where I totally forgot about the ammo types, and Dorsley, you brought it up about the ammo types. You could buy different kinds of ammos. It went over my head, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's D&D. There's no such thing as other ammo types, but I totally forgot. And thanks for bringing that one up. And that's pretty much all I have for the book. If you haven't picked up the book, it's like $10 on drive-thru, I think, currently. Go check it out. You know, it's by a small indie publisher, Brian, and he's a really cool guy. Their server, Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland, super cool server, really cool people. If you haven't checked it out, go and check them out. Buy the book, do the book thing. If you like physical media, go buy a book. They're really cool. And not only that,
and
but
the art is amazing.
Yeah, the art is 100%. Probably what really sold me on the system. Like, I love D&D, especially old school style D&D, not modern D&D. But the art style for this is really just inspiring. It's it feels archaic, but like really cool archaic. I don't know. It's really cool.
As a thing for like a DM, just from like a DM standpoint, where I am a DM and have played DM games,
Mhm.
I've always made like resources like kind of a necessity, not only because of the fact that it gets the players to think more logically and more resourcefully, basically on some of the stuff that they're using, but it also opens up a area to like one of those things where it's just like, even if we not in the dungeon, for example, if we're in a town, we would be able to go to like a shop and meet shopkeepers and meet new people over there, have an interaction, have those kind of interaction between NPCs and players, and see what that interaction would look like. The haggling aspect, the buying resources for like spells and magic, it's always been a go-to point for me whenever anything happens, because it always provides more storytelling when it comes down to things, and opens up the characters
100%,
to
yeah.
develop who the characters are.
Always, like one of the rules for DMing that really stuck out with me, so much so that like it's almost like live by it, die by it, is give your players situations, not narratives. And situations are really cool because like a lot of the role playing that we had in here, none of it scripted. It's all like off the cuff, and the only thing I presented was just scenarios and situations, and you guys handled them until shit got real, and unfortunately somebody died. But that's all I got for everybody this week. Unfortunately, this does wrap up our Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland Season 1. I'm not sure if we're going to do a Season 2 yet. It depends on timing and other real-world factors, but we will get back to it when we do, and hopefully we'll catch everybody around. Players, if you guys want to say a goodbye to everybody in chat, tell us, of course, where to find y'all, but let's go kind of in order. Actually, let's go backwards this time. I'm going to start off with Beazle Boss. If you could give us a little rundown of yourself and where we can find you.
So, everybody watching, I'm Beazle Boss, or Beelzeboss. I was, and possibly always will be, the Gestalt consciousness from which Dave Murderface, M Murderface, the M also stands for Murderface, has emerged and has since been reabsorbed. And you guys can find me on the Discord at Beelzeboss. You can find me on Instagram at SmashUpMashup. You can find me on Reddit at derkumpel. You can find me on Blue Sky at BeelzeboyOfficial, and you can find me streaming on Twitch kind of every once in a blue moon under Beelzeboss7538.
Hell yeah. Awesome. And then No, go ahead.
So I was just gonna say, from Dave, stay metal, you glorious motherfuckers! Yeah!
Don't forget his pib.
Oh yeah! And
An extra time.
Oh, the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
That is a monster in the game.
Yeah.
The Kool-Aid man?
Yeah.
We could have fought the Kool-Aid man?
Yeah.
We have to have a season 2.
Bruce,
We have to have a
Bruce
season
and the
2.
Kool-Aid man. I need that.
Kool-Aid man as the big bad evil guy. Let's go.
I need that. Holy shit.
That must happen.
Yeah,
It
we
has to
need a
happen
season
now.
2 now. We need a season 2.
Alrighty, you guys.
Quest to find the Kool-Aid man.
Quest to find the Kool-Aid man. We'll
We
workshop
still
that
need to find
title.
Ratguard too.
Who cares
But-
about Record now? There's a Kool-Aid man.
Wait. What if the plot of the new quest is the Kool-Aid man has kidnapped Ratguard?
I was
What if
just
they're
gonna say that. It's like the Kool-Aid man kidnaps Ratguard.
You
The
heard it
two
here
rats
first.
have a reason.
The two rats that I shot in the foot making an appearance.
Ha! I could see that.
Okay.
Shig, you're up next. Where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm Shig. You can find me on Instagram at Manascona, where I'm trying to post more, especially silly cat videos, my two dumbasses, and on Discord at shig._. And also here on Sundays for Vampire the Masquerade, because this next session is gonna be good. It's gonna be an emotional one.
You guys gotta check it out. If you haven't checked it out, join the Cybernation Discord and get notifications, or follow us here on Twitch and check them out. Because man, it's really cool. This is Nigel's second game, I think, of Vampire the Masquerade, and things are pretty heated. You should check it out. I swear, you gotta check it out. I can't tell you.
Yeah,
no.
last session was a wow.
A kiss
Dorsley.
happened. That's all
More.
I'm saying. More than a kiss, but a kiss did happen. And we all lost our minds.
Me too.
I'm telling you. George, where can we find you?
I am Dorsley, and I was playing your favorite genetically modified Valley girl, Heather G. She was so much fun. I loved it so much. But you can find me at Dorsley on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. I'm not streaming as much as I would like to because school is crazy, but I hope that I can maybe start streaming again soon. We'll see. But you can definitely see me here on Sundays as well for Vampire the Masquerade at 5 p.m. PST. Because it's, like Shig said, it's really freaking good. I'm really happy with how it's going. Nigel is incredible. Second game I've played with him, and he just is an awesome GM and really tells an incredible narrative. So you should definitely check it out.
Should. And then up next we have Flip.
Hello, once again, I was playing Rugged, your overly cautious dwarfling that ended up surviving the whole time with 1 HP. You can find me on X at flipping_Philip, on bsky at voiceofphilip.com, and on here on Twitch. I like to start streaming again here pretty soon under the tag flip1012. So,
Hell yeah. And you guys, I am Noland North. You can find me here in the Discord at Noland North. We finished up I finished up a play-by post called by. Oh my god, English has escaped me.
words are hard.
Words are very hard occasionally. We finished up a play-by post for Cyberpunk Red, and it was run by Whistler, a very, very, very awesome GM. And now that it's over, I kind of feel like I'm a little rudderless, which is weird because this play-by post went on for over a year. But if you guys are ever curious about even playing in a play-by post, check out the play-by post casting calls if that's your thing. We have casting calls that should be going out sometime soon. Or well, I say soon, but more like just keep your eyes peeled on the casting calls. Maybe a spot might open up, and you might want to play with one of these wonderful people. Even play with Nigel. Again, amazing GM, really good storyteller, really good voice actor as well. Some of his voices when he switches, I'm like, oh wait a sec, he's got multiple characters. He's really good. And then that's all I got for y'all. Join us sometime soon in the other streams, of course. Catch Shig and Dorsley live again on Sundays. It's amazing. I'm telling you. Like, if you haven't checked it out, check it out because it's amazing. I can't stop talking about it. But and I also don't want to spoil anything. You know, I think with what Dorsley revealed, I think that's enough. Like, any more than that, and then like. This doesn't, because this is no longer Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. This becomes Vampire the Masquerade. But with that being everything, we're going to sign off here, and we will catch you around, hopefully maybe for Season 2, depending on how things go. And we will see you guys around. Take care, everybody. Good evening, and goodbye.
Bummer. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Cybernation Uncensored